Okay, homos, I am devoting to something. I'm going to be walking my talk. I talk a lot about how we as homos have unique gifts, that there's self expression and light that is meant to be coming from us. And I do a decent job of walking that talk, but there's definitely more. There's more for me to express and be devoted to in my self expression, my creativity. So I am devoting myself to 30 days of a video a day. That makes me a little uncomfortable because I'm someone who likes to just go with the flow. And when the moment arises, I sit and I record something. there's something there's something that I think will be powerful about doing it whether I feel inspired in that moment or not, because I know that there are a lot of things that I have to say. There are a lot of things that I have been inspired by within my clients, in my own life, seeing it in our homo collective, things that I want to bring into conversation, things that I want to share with you and hopefully inspire you in some way. So, today, day one, first video. And what I want to talk to you about today is comparison. How we homos can get so deep into comparison that we don't even realize we're doing it. Right? Like, for example, notice within myself when I really judge somebody. If I'm judging someone harshly, like yesterday, I was listening to a virtual workshop that I purchased, and it's a business development workshop. And the people that were in the workshop, in the recording, there were people who were making a lot of money, that had very large businesses. And I found myself listening to one of them speaking, and I thought, ugh, he's disgusting. Why would he want that much money? Why does he need to have three businesses? Why judging, 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 judging? And there was this feeling of disgust coming up within me. And I was like, wow, that's very interesting. It almost made me want to turn off the workshop and not come back to it. That much of a reaction within me. And so I stopped myself and I thought, this is a moment to guide myself through. What would I do if a friend or a client was sitting in front of me and having this reaction? I would ask them to explore what they were feeling inside. So what I noticed was, okay, disgust is here. That's very interesting. I can trace it. I can trace it to my parents and what they said about people that had an abundance of financial resources. And so I did that. I allowed myself to just kind of contemplate, why would I be so disgusted by someone who is successful in their business? It has nothing to do with me, but it did. It showed me a lot. It showed me my own limitations. And so as I was doing this, I was in the car. I was listening to it while I was in the car. And so I had time, when you can go on autopilot when you're driving, I had time to think about my past and the ways that my parents influenced my relationship with money. And then I started feeling, okay, somatically, what do I feel? And I felt this ceiling. My dog is here taking a little stretch. I felt like I was enclosed. I felt like I was trapped. I felt within my body, yes, get yourself comfortable. I felt like there was something enclosing me. And so I went, okay, wonderful. That's great information. And as I explored that, what I recognized was, oh, these are my limitations. This is my limitation around money, that I have had an identity that I can have this amount of money, but not that amount of money. I can have this much success, but not that. I can be this self expressed, but not that self expressed. So that's what's leading me here to more self expression, to changing the way I perceive myself. But I'm bringing it up as my personal experience as an example of how our comparison of ourselves against others as homos can be so strong. It can be so deeply wound that we don't even realize that it's happening. Like I could have easily turned off that recording or just kind of skipped over how I was feeling in that moment and gone on with the rest of my day and never noticed that I had a ceiling, that I had a limitation. So when we are comparing ourselves to someone, when someone is in a form of self expression or they're living out something that I have a friend who gets upset with people in relationships that every once in a while I hear his snarky, biting comments of like, oh God, they're so happy. Ah, that kind of thing. When we have that sort of strong reaction, it's because we have a limitation around that. It shows us where we are not allowing ourselves to have the things that we desire. That somewhere inside us, we've told the story to ourselves that we are a person that can't have that. It's a self induced prison. No one is saying that you or I cannot have the things that we desire. No one has put a limitation on us. We've done that to ourselves. We know why we've done it to ourselves, but still, there's no one else that has the key. There's no one else that's going to be able to actually really see those limitations except for us. Those limitations can be seen when we are comparing ourselves to someone, when we see someone living out something that we want and we judge them. That's a sure sign of what your limitations are and an invitation for you to go deeper into why you have those limitations. And what can you do, like I'm doing now, to push those limitations, to show yourself that the things that you've believed about yourself, about what you can have, do, be, create, etc., that they're not true. I'm changing my limiting beliefs and my identity of staying small by doing this. And I hope it inspires you to do something similar for yourself. Okay, lots of love. I'll see you tomorrow.